This is Jake Laughlin bringing you another episode of Discover Denton, a show brought to you by the Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting events around Denton. Now, for the last few days, we've been quite cold here in Denton, and as you can tell, our last week episode about Wasselfest and the holiday tree lighting and everything, well, that was about what was supposed to happen, but of course it didn't really happen. The Wasselfest and the holiday tree lighting did get iced out this year. However, they are rescheduling for this Friday, the 13th. All right, so December 13th from 5:30 to 8, they will have Wasselfest and a smaller tree lighting. There won't be all the entertainment or any of those kinds of things, but Santa is supposed to be there if he can make time for us. It is getting quite close to Christmas, and he will flip on the tree lighting switch, and there'll be some kind of smaller other activities going on, as well as Wasselfest as always. Just a quick reminder, they wanted to make sure that I told everybody the ballot boxes to vote on the best Wassel will be on the four corners of the square. So if you're not able to make it to all the locations, and nobody ever is because there's like 37 of them, make sure you still swing by and cast your ballot for the one you thought was the best. All right, so here's what we're going to do. For those of you that didn't hear last week's episode, we're going to go ahead and play that again so that you can hear the details on Wasselfest and the holiday tree lighting as it's supposed to be, and just know it's going to be a little bit of a condensed version of that. All right, so without any more ado, here is Kim Phillips of the CVB, as well as Micah and Christine telling us about Wasselfest and the holiday tree lighting.
Hello, Denton, and welcome to Discover Denton. Thank you for joining us this week. And today, my guests on the show are going to talk to us a little bit about how Denton kicks off Christmas. I cannot believe that Thanksgiving is now behind us. And by the way, thanks for all of you who called in and participated in our Thanksgiving show last week. We had great participation and some good feedback from that. We'll do that again sometime. So thank you for participating in that and making it successful. But now that Thanksgiving's over, Christmas is upon us, and everybody knows when Christmas has come and started off in Denton when Holiday Lighting Festival kicks off. So with me today in our studio are Micah Pazorek. She is the chairperson for the Holiday Lighting Festival. Holiday Lighting is this coming Friday night, December 6th, in downtown. But also I have with us Christine Gossett, who is the event coordinator for the Denton Main Street Association, and they have an event called Wasselfest, which happens inside of Holiday Lighting Festival. So with that, welcome, girls. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. And why don't we just start right there?
Okay.
Two different organizations, two different events, but absolutely complementary to one another. How does that work?
It works really well. The Holiday Lighting Festival, of course, this is our 25th anniversary. And I believe, how long's the Wasselfest been going on? About
This is our 15th anniversary.
And it's kind of like a marriage. They just kind of go hand in hand. I can't imagine having one without the other.
Right. It's definitely a complement to the Holiday Lighting Festival, and it complements the stores and all the offerings that are downtown. When people come down for holiday lighting, they want to see what's downtown, and this is an opportunity for them to also do that while they enjoy the festivities on the lawn and all the fun.
So it kind of, Wasselfest came in and was added as an enhancement to the existing holiday lighting event?
Yes. The merchants decided they wanted to offer something to the activities and festivities, and at the time, this Wasselfest idea came about. I think we borrowed it from another city, probably.
It's okay.
And so anyway, they started this little contest amongst themselves, and all the people who would come to holiday lighting were going around to the different stores and restaurants and tasting their wassail recipes. So it started out kind of small, and then over the years, it's just grown and become a very popular function of the event. And it's just really a great opportunity to see your neighbors and friends while you're out at holiday lighting and walk around the stores and do some tastings and compare and vote for your favorite.
So does it work? Well, first of all, how many merchants? You said it's grown. What are we talking about? How many wassels?
Well, we have 37 wassail stops this year, and it's actually, the stops are beyond the square too. So the Holiday Lighting Festival takes place on the square proper, but then you've got a lot of stops that are beyond the square. So There's
How far beyond? Give us a picture.
a few blocks.
Well, to the A train, like you said.
Yes.
And of course, holiday lighting also goes the other direction because we go into the historic district. So the
Yes.
African American Museum, the Bayless Selby
Ah,
House.
okay. And Campus,
Campus
Theater. I know
Theater.
Campus is involved in
Yes.
both events. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
and then even this year we have one Wassel stop a few blocks north on Locust. So there are, and then even a half block south now, southeast. So the Bayless Selby, it's kind of southwest. Well, now we've got a little bit of activity there southeast on Wassel stops with First United Methodist Church doing some
Oh, yes.
activities again, and some other stores that are near First United Methodist. So it's actually grown in that respect, and holiday lighting's grown tremendously. And I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
that's why we see so many people wassailing, and because they attract so many to the Holiday Lighting Festival that it's probably good that we have 37 stops, because at one year I remember a lot of our merchants ran out of wassail because it was so popular. And
Yeah.
it's
how
good.
how do people know where the wassail is? Is there a map?
Yes, we will have a list that has all the places, and they're divided up by sections of downtown. Each location is that's in that section is on the list with the address. And you just kind of look for the Wassel stop sign in the window on that street, and you can tell because you smell it, or you see all the people standing
smelling
around
it.
waiting in line to
Love it.
taste it. And then but it's on the ballots. The ballots will be at the corners of Oak and Elm, Elm and Hickory, Locust and Oak, and then there will be a booth on the lawn on the Hickory Street side of the lawn that has some ballots, and of course you can go to the Campus Theater if you wanted to get a ballot there, and there's a Wassel stop next door.
And voting is at the Campus Theater.
Yes, you drop your ballot in a
okay.
big silver wrapped box that has
Which is under
slots.
construction as we speak.
Yes, it's getting ready, and so you can just slip your ballot into the favorite. And when you do fill out your ballot with your name and your email or phone number and a way to contact you, you may be eligible for door prizes. So we have several different door prizes. We have about 32 door prizes this year, so people can vote, and
Awesome.
maybe their name will be drawn for a prize.
Awesome. And sometimes there's little cookies to taste when you go
Oh,
around.
yes,
and
there's all
lots
kinds
of shopping to do
Yes,
everywhere.
Yes,
So,
so we
cool.
definitely encourage people to come out with
But
your walking shoes
it's
on.
free to taste
yes,
the wassail.
it's free to taste. It's open to all ages.
Okay.
And just be sure to wear comfortable shoes, because there is some walking involved, but
Absolutely.
it is worth every step.
Now, Christine, I have a question. Do you have to stop at every 37 location? Because I would think that would be hard.
No.
So maybe you only
You
make
can
10 of them,
verification.
Yes.
and you can pick.
You probably want to pick where you want to start and work your way around, but it would be probably near impossible to make every stop. So you might want to pick a side of the square where you want to start and make your way. We have several stops on West Oak Street.
I think
West
this
Oak
year I'm
and
going to
Cedar
start at
area.
the farthest one out and drink the most wassail.
There you go. Why
Everybody
don't you start at the
everybody
A
ran
train?
out before I got to try, so I'm excited to hear about 37 stops.
Start at the A train, work your way down. There's about 3 stops on East Hickory as you come down from there. And then, like I said, there's a lot, as Micah pointed out, there's a lot of activity beyond the square. So while you may come to see the tree lighting and some of the entertainment on the lawn, there's going to be a lot of things off the square to get information about
Very
too.
good. Well, Micah, tell us a little bit about some of that entertainment that's going on. I know that there's
Oh, my
been a lot of
goodness.
changes to holiday lighting over the last couple of years, and added
There
a lot
there
of
really have.
stage.
But I'm amazed at the applications that we get for performers, and we have to turn several away just because we do not have enough places to facilitate them all. Because we have performers inside the courthouse. Of course, we have our huge, spectacular main event stage, which at 8 o'clock we sound off the musical spectacular is what we're calling it, and it's just an array of Denton musicians that David Pierce has put together with an orchestra.
And David
It's
Pierce, we're talking David Pierce, the same guy that produced
Day of the Dead.
the Day of the Dead Festival.
Yes, so
Yes.
it's always fantastic.
Yeah.
He does a
Talented
great job.
guy.
And what's wonderful is that these musicians, they come out no charge. They come because they love the festival and
That's
because they
awesome.
love Denton.
So your event is just as free.
Well, we have a lot of costs associated with our event that people don't understand, because there's a lot of costs behind the scenes, the stages, the lighting, the sound equipment.
So it's the sponsors put it on, but as far as us attending,
Yeah, so it's free to
Attendees,
everyone
okay.
attending. There are a few fees for if you do want a Santa photo, $7,
Mm-hmm.
and if you want to ride the horse-drawn wagons, It's $3, I believe.
Yeah, just covering the cost
Just
of those
covering the cost
vendors
of
and-
those,
yeah.
those
Yeah.
types of things. But no, you can come, and there are performers everywhere. So they are all around. They're in Wells Fargo. They're, like I said, in the courthouse, at some of the museums down the street.
And then there is an actual tree lighting ceremony.
There is, and that's another stage we have. So that's our main stage or event stage. I get them confused all the time because I don't handle the performers. We have a little sub committee, and so they take care of all that. And so we have not only musicians, but we have dancers. And we also have an area in the street that's kind of over by the Opera House. So we have a big area for dancers. It's funny is how some people will tell me, they're like, I didn't even know this was there. I didn't even know this was going on at the festival because I never make it all the way around the square. Like I get stuck in a certain section, kind of like we're talking about the Wassail, how you may only make one street. And so I have a lot of people that tell me that. They're like, well, I didn't even know this blah, blah, blah was going on because I never make it to that side of the square. So
Yeah,
it's
there's
one
a
of those-
lot. And is there a toy drive happening also at the same time?
Yes, it's over by the Abbey Inn, Wells
Okay.
Fargo. So it's toy drop off. We have the big Peterbilt truck and volunteers
Oh,
there
very
collecting
good.
toys for the Denton Community Toy Store.
A lot. I mean, that's a lot of stuff, though. And then
Yeah.
Santa,
Well, the
where is Santa? That's
concerts.
the most important thing.
Santa is on the courthouse on the Hickory side,
Okay.
and so
Oh, he's on the lawn.
he's on the lawn.
Okay.
Yes, and so we have him covered. So in case there's bad weather, you can still get good pictures with Santa, and we have lots of volunteers helping with that. We have tents to make sure all the printers.
So
for
the
all
kids
ink
can
and
tell
stuff.
Santa what they need for Christmas and get their
can,
picture
and he's
taken?
the original Santa.
Oh, the real. Okay,
He's
so
the real
elves
Santa.
are dispatched elsewhere that night.
Yeah,
we got the real guy.
Yeah, he really likes our festival.
So
he comes
kids,
here
yank
to visit.
the beard.
Ooh, maybe make him a little
Instructions out.
grumpy. Yes.
We'll just tell him come talk to you after he's in pain from the night.
Oh,
Well,
we
there's
might-
live music that takes place on the Elm Street side. You might have mentioned that, but the last
Yes.
concert is at 8:00.
At 8:00.
and we stop Wassail Fest at 8:00. So people who do want to go around to a lot of the stops, if you really want to try to make your way around, as Micah said, there's a lot to do. We start at 5:30, and then that stops at 8. But the music still goes on.
And most of the vendors will stop at 8, and Pictures with Santa stop at 8. We have horse-drawn wagons. They stop about 8. So all of the activities really stop so that you can go and focus on the main stage performance.
Yeah, and I mean, people come for the family thing. People come to listen to the music. Some stay for the whole thing, like me. But I mean, it is a lot of fun. So that's this coming Friday night, December the 6th, 5:30.
5:30 is the official kickoff. That's when the Denton Community Band will start playing. Then we have speeches from the dignitaries. The mayor and Judge Horn are there. And then Santa, he flips the lights with the winner of the coloring contest.
And welcome
so-
Christmas to Denton.
right.
And Wassail Fest starts at 5:30 as well.
5:30
Okay.
till 8:00.
And
But
then-
have those ballots turned in to the campus theater by 8:00 because
Okay.
we will gather them up and count them and hopefully try to announce the winner that night. But we're not always able to get them all counted sometimes before the event's over. But if we do, we try to do the announcement from the main stage.
Good. And then holiday lighting officially ends at 9.
It's usually about 9:30.
9:30,
The music
okay.
usually lasts till about 9:30. Info booth stays open. We have a Pan Ector who makes T-shirts, and they're usually there till the very end. And they have some really cool shirts.
Yeah.
Holiday lighting shirts. They have a really cool Wassail T-shirt, or Santa drinking Wassail. He's been around for a while, so it's a popular shirt.
Yeah, if
Yes.
anybody doesn't know what Wassail is,
Oh.
read the this past Sunday's edition of the Denton Record Chronicle, and it's Here We Go A-Wassailing to Downtown Denton, and it tells the history of wassailing. Wassail is a verb and a noun. You can verb wassail, and you can drink wassail while you're wassailing. So there's the noun side. So
Yes.
I learned a lot in putting that story together. It's really interesting history.
And we also, Micah reminded me, we have these little bitty lighted mugs. They light up. They're on a string that you could use for your wassail tasting or just for a souvenir of wassail. If you want to get your wassail in a styrofoam cup, it might be a little more warm. But the cup is fun. It's just got our little wassail
And it
logo
blinks,
on it and
doesn't it?
blinks.
Yeah,
Yes.
blinks.
So it's about a little 2-ounce mug, but my kids love them.
Yeah,
they timed their ceiling fan and make it a disco ball.
I've got one hanging up right in here.
Well,
in
then
the
you're
studio.
environmentally friendly. You can reuse your Wassel
True,
cup.
absolutely true.
I'm sure Denton Recycles would be.
Yes, but it gets very wassailing can get very can get sticky, but it's good, yummy, sweet.
Yeah, it's a deliciously
Yes,
sticky
spicy
situation.
and-
Yes.
So anyway, come with your appetite for sure, and your taste buds ready.
Absolutely. I know the restaurants on the square always do great business. So it'll be a fun time. I always look forward to holiday lighting. It feels like Christmas after holiday lighting has come and gone and wassailing has come and gone. So we might as well, in closing, just address the rumors about the weather. So the deal is we aren't canceling.
No, the
Holiday
festival
lighting
will
or
go
Wassel
on
Fest.
unless there are hazardous road conditions. We get some severe weather. And Channel 8 tells us that there's a winter storm and we need
Don't
to get off
go out.
the roads.
Yeah.
But that decision will be made that day.
And it has to be pretty bad. I remember one year it was 25 degrees outside,
Oh, it
but
can
it
be
was
cold.
perfect for
It's-
Christmas. We don't
Yeah.
get a lot of real live
No.
Christmas weather in Denton, so that was it
And
really
last year
added
I was
to
so
the,
hot, I
to
was
the
sweating
atmosphere.
running
Yes,
around.
Exactly.
So
It
Yeah.
can be either muggy or cold. It
Yeah.
just depends.
I vote
windy,
cold,
But
so I'm
I
all
think
about
the cold
this.
is good for business.
yeah,
As
so people
long as
should
the
just
sleet will hold off.
just
then-
bundle up, wear your hats and your gloves.
Exactly. Look like Christmas.
Yes.
We're going to a Christmas
Yes.
festival. Thank you both for being here today. Appreciate
thanks
it.
for having us.
It's going to
Thank
be a
you.
great time. Christmas comes to Denton this coming Friday night, December 6th on the square. And hope you'll come out and celebrate with us and get the spirit going. Thank you again. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week on Discover Denton Radio.
There you have it. That was this week's episode of Discover Denton. A big thanks to Kim Phillips of the CVB. Another big thanks to Christine and Micah for being on the show. A huge thanks to Gravity Feed for providing the intro and outro music. I'm Jake Laughlin, your host. Join us next week where we'll be bringing you more highlights of our original and independent city. And in the meantime, remember that this episode was definitely a rerun, and it is going to be a condensed version of Wassel Fest and holiday tree lighting happening on December 13th because the 6th was very, very cold. So a condensed version will be happening December 13th, 5:30 to 8 on the square. So make sure you go check that out this week. And in the meantime, go enjoy Denton.